Okay. Today we are going to discuss decision making and branching. Before starting this topic, floor division amasung modulus haibase. Let us revise what floor division means and what modulus means. So for example, minutes is equal to 105, hours equal to minutes slash slash. Last time discussed if there are two slashes slash this means floor division. So you divide 105 by 60, you will get a floating point number. The floating point number the nearest integer which is less than that floating point number, that is 1. Let me run this cell, we will get 1. First of all, let me remove the outputs of all cells, clear the outputs of all cells. So 105 divided by 60, this will be 1 point something. To the Yoroi. So this number lies between 105 by 60. This number lies between, when I divide 105 by 60, it lies between 1 and 2. 1 and 2 floating point number more any lower limit 1 though, lower integer 1 though, floor division heavily. Discuss okay. So this will be 1. 105 divided by 60. When you divide 105 by 60, we get the quotient 1 pangani, remainder na kya pangani 45 pangani na. So this modulo division gives us the remainder when this variable minutes is divided by 60. And what is the value stored in the variable minutes? The value which is stored in the variable minutes is 105. So when I run this cell, I should get the remainder of 105 divided by 60, which is 45. See that the modulus operator is more useful than it seems. For example, this is the modulus operator. For example, you can check whether a number is divisible by another number. For example, if the modulo division of x by y is 0, some x percentage y is 0, then x is divisible by y. When the remainder is 0, that means the number is divisible by the divisor. The remainder 0 target x is divisible by y. Also, you can extract the rightmost digit or digits from a number. For example, x percentage 10 yields the rightmost digit of x in base 10. Similarly, x modulo division by 100 yields the last 2 digits. This is a number 5678542. Modulo division by 1000. What will be the answer? So 1000 modulo division. Since this is modulo division by 1000, it will yield the last 3 digits. The last 3 digits 542. So let me run this cell. We'll get 542. Aduna, for a given number to the last digit to you perform modulo division by 10. If you want the last 2 digits, you perform modulo division by 100. If you want the last 3 digits, you perform modulo division by 1000. So this is how we use modulo division and floor division. Next, Boolean expression. Boolean expression. What is a Boolean expression? A Boolean expression is an expression that is either true or false. So what is a Boolean expression? A Boolean expression is an expression that is either true or false. The following example uses the operator equal to sign any already karini haiba. It is a comparison operator. Magi left la right la manaragadi true, manadragana false. Hydra. It compares two operands and produces true if they are equal and false otherwise. So the example two ga Say the double equal to high 2 mana brangini is 2 equal to 2. The answer will be yes. So the output will be true. When I run this cell, the output will be true. Sidana is 2 equal to 6 hariba. Is 2 equal to 6? The output is no. That is the output. When I run this cell, the output will be false. So mine, I assign x equal to minus 2. X equal to minus 2 is assigned. Next, x greater than 2. Is minus 2 greater than 2? The answer is no.
No.
So the output will be false. Recall. Quite last x assigned to number the latest assignment to x is minus 2. So x is minus 2. So minus 2 is not equal to 2. Is this true or false? Minus 2 ga manade. So this is true. So these are Boolean expressions. Boolean expressions is conditional execution. So far, our programs are a set of statements which are normally executed sequentially in the order in which they appear. Conditional execution. The sequence of statements. A set of statements which are normally executed sequentially in the order in which they appear. For example, in the last class, we discussed such examples. Second example, ma'am discussed over the set of statements, programs, set of statements, and these statements are executed in the sequential order. First line first, then second line next, third line next, and the fourth line next. Sequentially execute when I discussed the now, in order to write useful programs, we almost always need the ability to check conditions and change the behavior of the program accordingly. Conditional statements give us this ability. The simplest form is the if statement. If statement three high level numbers x assigned so x equals 3. Next, if x is greater than 0, print x is positive. So is 3 greater than 0?
Yes.
Yes, the answer is true. True or print x is positive. So when I run this cell, we'll get x is positive. There you go. So the Boolean expression after if is called the condition. If if x equal to x greater than 3, this is the stage. This is the condition. If x equal to x greater than 3, this is the condition. If this condition is true, the indented statement runs. Sigi condition is true or sigi indented statement sigi if ki horopoziga print ki horopoziga same line like that. So space generally here I have indented the print statement by 4 spaces. If x is greater than 0, I have colon next line the 4 blank spaces. I kept 4 blank spaces before writing the next statement print. So indent. This is called indentation. If condition condition x is greater than 0. X is greater than 0 is the condition. And if this condition is true, the indented statement runs. This indented statement is executed. If this condition is false, then nothing happens. The Boolean expression after if is called the condition. If the condition is true, the indented statement runs. If the condition is not true, nothing happens. Some say that x is equal to 3. X is 3 assigned. Condition is checked. if x is greater than 3, yes, the answer is true. Already this is printed. Suppose instead of 3, I assign -3. X equal to -3 and assign tore. Already if x is greater than 3, if x is greater than 0, however, condition is true or false when x is equal to -3.
False.
This condition will be false. So condition is false for the statement execute. So let me run this. We get no output. If the indented statement true or the indented statement runs, if not, nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Print true or gonna false or gonna alternative execution. If statements has the following structure, a header followed by an indented body. So we have a header. What is the header? If x greater than 0, have a colon. This is the header. This is the header followed by an indented body. And what is that? This is the indented body. Statements like this are called compound statement. Sugumba statement compound statement if if statement header we have a header like this. We have a header like this, and we have an indented statement like this. This we call compound statement. There is no limit on the number of statements that can appear in the body. This indented says that the statement this is the indented body. Say the body is later, indented body is later, we can have more than one statements. In some cases, we'll have more than one statements in this indented body. So I say there is no limit on the number of statements that can appear in the body, but there has to be at least one. Minimum body so body is the minimum statement statement there is no limit on the maximum number of statements. If the Boolean expression after if is called if condition let us look at the structure. So for example, if space ampirani condition irani colon thamani. This is the structure. This is the syntax. If condition pirani colon thamani condition true or execute the statement we write the statement of the body in the next line with indentation, and this indentation cam toguni for space indent toguni indentation so let me remove the indentation. Let us run this program. Let us run this cell. Error layer expected and indented block indentation error. If after colon there should be an indentation. So tape namaga indent or space mari 1 2 3 4 space mari piraga indent or so let me run it again. Now there is no error. Suppose I forgot the colon. Colon let me run it. Invalid syntax. This is an error, syntax error. If haraga condition lakani condition colon this is the correct syntax. So if then followed by a condition followed by a colon, then the body comes in the next line with some indentation, and the indentation is either 4 spaces or 1 tab space. I call colon let me run it again. Now the program has run successfully. So let me assign 6, the value 6 to the value x. Let me assign the value 6 to the variable x. Run again. X is positive. There you go. Alternative execution do yang ase. Hojiki sigi condition true or sigi statement execute tawni haiba. False or in this particular program we don't get any output. If we want some output when the condition is false, we should write the alternative execution statement. Alternative execution. A second form of the if statement is alternative execution, in which there are two possibilities and the condition determines which one runs. The syntax looks like this. The syntax looks like this. So x equal to 30. If x modulo division 2 is equal to 0. So when the number x is divided by 2, the remainder is 0. Although this condition will be true. Second type discuss modulo division modulus number amada amana divide remainder percentage signs if x modulo division by 2 when you divide x by 2 you get the remainder. If this remainder is equal to 0, that means the number is divisible by 2. So if this condition is true, print that x is even. 2 is divisible, or the number is even. Else, if this condition is false, else else corresponding body print x is odd. So if this condition is true, so let me write it here. If this condition is true, then this statement will be executed. If this condition is false, then else this condition will be executed. Sorry, this statement will be executed. True or statement execute false or else key statement execute. So let us see. So x equal to 30. That means x is divisible by 2. X is even, x is odd.
Even.
X is even because this condition is true. This condition is true. Therefore, the first statement will be executed. X is even. Now x equal to 31. X equal to 31. Now x percentage 2. This will be 1. 1 0 manabra. That means this condition is false. See condition is false or else key corresponding body in a print or. So when x equal to 32, let me run this. X is odd. There you go. If else. Here if kilo body if kilo header colon else kilo colon if ki body it is indented by 4 spaces. Similarly, else ki body it is indented by 4 spaces. If else kadi same jagada if indent else indent magi corresponding body that body will be indented by 4 spaces. 1 2 3 4 4 spaces. So if the remainder when x is divided by 2 is 0, then we know that x is even and the program displays an appropriate message. If the condition is false, the second set of statements runs. Since the condition must be true or false, exactly one of the alternatives will run. These alternatives are called branches because they are branches in the flow of execution. So the alternative branch. So for example, picture the hierarchy. So if condition yes or branch yes do the statement number 1. No do the statement number 2. This is one branch. This is another branch. So if yes the branch no the branch. adana sonda live amasina branch ama sonda live amasina branch ama so branches ko adana if this condition is true then this statement is executed and this statement is neglected ko. So this is one branch, and if this statement is false then this statement is executed, the second statement is executed, and the first statement is neglected. So this is another branch. Yeah, aduna sibu koi kari kawi branching kawi ba. Okay, next the chain conditional. Conditional amagi mathang da ama mathang lakpa ko chain conditional. Okay. Sometimes there are more than two possibilities and we need more than two branches. One way to express a computation like that is a chain conditional. Chain conditional. For example, I have x and y, and I have assigned the value 3 to x and the value 1 to y. X की value 3 hapsal x 3 hapsal y the 1 hapsal I have assigned the value 3 to x and 1 to y. If x is less than y, if x is less than y, sigi x less than y hariba condition je chumagadi sigi statement je execute toro. Adi print x is less than y. Else, adi sig condition je lalagadi if x is less than y je lalagadi, you check another statement, you check another condition. You check another condition. Sinamu kay hare x is greater than y hariba condition je mu check toro. Aduna sig condition je chumagadi, now you execute this statement. Else nam kari hai no hadi sigi second condition je mu lalagadi, you execute this third statement. So let me repeat. If the first condition is satisfied, you execute the first statement. Next, if the first condition is not satisfied, if this condition is false, then you place another condition, and if this condition is true, then the second statement is executed. Alif, this is the short form of else if. Else if. Execute else if. Next skill line execute else animal lalagadi third line execute here x is 3, y is 1. So is x less than y? Is it true or false? The first condition, is it true or false?
X less than y is false.
X less than y is false. So this first statement will be neglected. So false or next branch next. So this statement will be so magi body is neglect or magi else if else if x is equal to y, sorry, x greater than y, else if condition among x greater than y, true or false? True or magi body do magi corresponding body, this body will be executed. So we get x is greater than y. Aduga else neglect over else ki part neglect over. So let me run this. What will be the output that I get? X is greater than y. The second statement will be executed. X is greater than y. Next time we are going to see manahalazi 3. X to 3, y to 3. The
last one will be executed.
Ahanba condition satisfied tautre. Ani suba condition satisfied tautre. Aduri condition ani makse lalabanina else la ani ko. Else haraga else ki statement jo in a printer never. Else x and y are equal. So let me run this cell. We'll get x and y are equal. So sigi simple program. This simple program, it compares two numbers. Number ani compared to wani aduga kanana kanadagi chawi na taka mani have to check bane. This program compares two numbers. So say that here Alif this Alif this is an abbreviation of else if hyphen. Again, here in this example, exactly one branch will run. Branch there is no limit on the number of Alif statements. Alif there is no limit on the number of Alif statements. if there is an else clause else clause else clause else clause is the else clause program Alif else clause it has to be at the end by last but there does not have to be one else clause I see else I Alif Elif x equal to y Elif x equal to y print x and y are equal Siniko, I know how modified to give down. Here I have modified this part. Elsewhere I have written Elif x is equal to y. So let me run this. I should get the same answer. So 3 and 4 already. I should get x is less than y. There you go. And you say 5 already. 5 comma 5 already. 5 already. This last will be this last statement will be executed. There you go. Aduna I else have the with the elif matang torosu EBI programs else have to see else have it should be at the last part of the statement. At the last part. Sige matang branches do quite last part play never else have Siniko. Aduna I same programs different form the EBI those quick congregate else kimahuta elif amana silas each condition is checked in order. If the first condition is false, the next condition is checked, and so on. If one of them is true, if one of them is true, the corresponding branch runs and the statement ends. Corresponding branch to run to corresponding statement to execute to Makatan Hani Yangaroever. Sigi Elif else and the statement it ends. If a statement the other lower even if more than one condition is true, only the first true branch runs. Even if more than one condition is true, only the first branch runs. Say for example, else Elif x is less than y. Garba. Elif x is greater than Elif x is less than y, then we write y is greater than x. See, I have modified the program. X no y less or d print x is less than y. Elif x is greater than y, print x is greater than y. Elif x is less than y, print y is greater than x. I say the first condition, third condition, so when I assign the value 5 and 7, when I assign the value 5 and 7 to x and y, so x is 5, y is 7. This first condition is satisfied. This third condition is satisfied. Although when we run this program, say one by one, say sequentially, each condition is checked in order. So the first condition check tarokani, next second condition check tarokani, the third condition check tarokani. So if the first condition is false, the next condition is checked and so on. Ahan condition is lalagadi second condition check tarokani. Ahan condition is chumgragadi mahata condition am to check taro. So even though this third condition is correct, when I run this program, this third statement will not be executed. Only the first statement will be executed. Let me run this. X is less than y. She don't print out ever. Y is greater than x. Print out ever. So she just to me. Once the condition is correct, no further checking is done. All of these are neglected. So this is what what we mean when we say if one of them is true, the corresponding branch runs and the statement ends. Even if more than one condition is true, only the first true branch runs.